that. We are now, that leaves us about 24 minutes. Perfect. So Amanda and myself will be talking to you about APL Go. Amanda also does editing and books, and she does a lot of that work for me, and she's lovely and she's gorgeous and good looking too, on top of everything else, and smart. And she also does the supplements with me, so we both sell them and we both use them. In fact, I was because I'm jittery and I can't just sit here, I was creating my sample box for my next show. I did a trade show yesterday and emptied myself out. It was such a busy show. So I always have samples at shows, and then people get a chance to try them, and then there's never enough stuff in stock. I can never have enough of everything. But anyway, so let's chat a little bit about APL Go. And obviously the company is great. I just came back last week from Greece. I won the trip. It is my 5th trip that I've been on that I've won. I've won 7 of them in just under 3 years. That is the most unusual amount I've ever. I've been doing MLMs for a very long time. Trips were big prizes in a lot of them, but I have never had this many. And I've certainly never won this many. The product is so amazing. It is made from the DNA of the plant, which means the company has found a way to extract the DNA out of the plant and put it into this beautiful, beautiful candy. And it tastes good. It's easy to take. It travels well. It's not liquid. You can take it on the plane with you, because I actually take, there it is. I actually take SLD, this one, which is an anti-inflammatory. I mean, they all have an anti-inflammatory component, but this particular one is just for inflammation, and it takes it down very quickly. So at a trade show like I did yesterday, I would give people 1 or 2, depending on how bad the pain is. And I would tell them, go walk for like 10, 15 minutes and then come back and tell me how you feel. And you know what? People actually remember to do it this time. Most of the time I have to hunt them down, but they came back and they're like, oh my God, you're not kidding. Like, I don't actually have pain. I had one, she could barely walk. She was limping. All of a sudden she was going back and forth, and she goes, oh my God. She goes, I'm glad you stopped me. I totally forgot all about it. And I go, well, I saw you running back and forth, so I knew you were feeling better. And she goes, oh, I can't tell you. Like, I'm good. I'm actually good. And she goes, I can't believe they work so well. And I go, yeah. So this one comes onto a plane with me. And again, no liquids, no nothing, easy to take. Nobody cares. It's a candy. And my feet don't swell anymore. So this was a 9.5-hour flight. That's a long time to be on a plane. And that's a lot of inflammation I would have, received if I didn't do this. So I'm super excited. So this for me is one of my top products. I use this probably, I don't know if I use it more than I use some of the other things, because I use some of them pretty much, I try to use them on a daily basis, but I did want to mention this. And then the complementary one to that one would be, we did mention this earlier in the show, is the pain one. So I'm gonna stay quiet for a minute, and then we'll go back to me later. I'm gonna let Amanda speak, because she has some good things to say as well. Amanda, take it away.
Yeah. So this is the one that I always kind of really love talking about, because this one I love. And this is the Happy. And it's really good for people who, get kind of, the seasons kind of change, and people might suffer from like seasonal depression and stuff, or just like you just want to calm down or just, relax. It's a good one. So that's the one I really love, this one. And actually this one's really good for women and their monthly cycle, because I find this one helps me a lot with my cramps and stuff. So this one is good for that one with the SLD. And then the other one that I really, really like is the STP. sorry. I just got my order in.
Oh, I just showed it. It was the red one. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one.
there it is.
I
Yeah.
love the STP. So I started with this one and the GTS. And I used to be someone that drank a ton of energy drinks, and energy drinks are not good for anybody. And I was able to get off of drinking, 2 and 3 energy drinks a day using the GTS and the STP. The STP I found stopped the cravings, the caffeine, the constant caffeine cravings, and that crash out, which is why I was drinking the energy drinks. So I was able to get off of those with those 2 products. And what it did for me was it actually stopped the craving on the sugar. And because I was drinking so many of those, I had a lot of extra weight in my stomach. If you eat a lot of sugar, that happens. You get parasites and you get all kinds of different things happening in your gut flora. And I actually then had brought that up and decided that I was going to try the MLS, and that is another one of my absolute favorite products. I'm just trying to find mine.
I know, me too. I'm looking for it. Oh, good. I'm glad
you here. So this is the one for the parasites and the gut flora.
Yes.
If you have issues, with wanting to cleanse your body out, I thought that one was a good one. So with that one too, I lost all of the weight in my belly. And I'm not like a huge gym person. I work out a little bit a couple times a week. So what I found the benefit with the products is that it's not like I have to commit to making a shake or taking a special diet. I'm really busy. Marianne's really busy. Like, we're all super busy in the world of entrepreneurship. And so with the products, like, if you want to do a parasite cleanse, you're not sitting there juicing a whole bunch of stuff. You're not mixing stuff and taking a million different pills and everything. So that's what I really love about all of the products. And I think that for someone that wants to just get rid of the parasites in their body, just taking a candy, it's a really good way to do it. And it helped me a lot. People don't even recognize me when I go out anymore. They're like, "You've lost so much weight. You look so good." And I'm like, "I know."
She didn't even need to before.
No.
Just so we're absolutely clear, but she has. And so have I. I mean, I have cleaned up my microbiome. Do you feel like that? Like, do you feel like that just works better?
I don't have that bloating anymore. See? And I don't get the bloating. And because I had so much sugar, I used to get a ton of heartburn. And that's when I knew something was going on, because everything literally gave me indigestion, heartburn. And then I realized it's probably the caffeine and the sugar. And so when things get out of balance, like, that's what that is from, for me anyways, like, for my body, I know that's what causes it. But that product was really good. And the GRW, that's another one of my favorites. So that's the grape one.
My hair grower, you mean?
Yeah.
Hair grower. And just for my menopausal women who are losing hair, because that's exactly what happens. It happened to me as well. I have a bunch of little hairs. I have to actually pat it down with like hairspray, or else I have this fuzz ball. But that actually, out of 423 products in 2020, won an award for best immune booster. But it also makes your hair grow. Men, it will make your hair grow. I'm not going to say if you're 95 and you've been bald for 30 years that it's going to rejuvenate your hair. But if it's starting to fall out, this will be a great replenishment. I'm just saying that.
Yes, I like that. And I actually love this is the other one that I love, is the Power Apricot. And the PRW, I don't have that one with me.
I have the lemon one, but I couldn't find my apricot one. I'm sure it's here somewhere. So yeah,
I got that one.
So she has the female one. I have the male, but this is testosterone and that's estrogen. We all have both, so we need to take both. I'm just going to say that this is not exactly like Viagra, but apparently it helps. And that's all I'm going to say because that's all I really know. I'm not a guy. So there, I'm just saying that's what I've heard. Rumor has it.
Yeah, the PRW one, I love this one too. It really did help me with my night sweats. Like I found that it really helped cut those down. So I don't get them as often anymore. If I take this one regularly, yes, this one I love. And then where's my I wanted to talk about the liver cleanse.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah, that one's really good, actually. I think
I love the flavor.
everyone who's got any kind of issue with hormones, you need to have the liver. It's a mild liver cleanse, but it is a tremendous liver support, which is exactly what we need. But it will also help the kidneys function better as well as the gallbladder. So you know what? It's good. Speaking of gallbladder, I'm just going to bring up, where is it? I brought it out here. I'm sure I have it. There it is. The digestive enzyme, which will help to prevent gallstones. And if they're little, it may actually help to dissolve them a little bit. Now, if you have a big one, I don't think it will do that, but I don't want to say anything because each person's body is different. But that's what I've seen so far. And as a digestive enzyme, it's fantastic. So if you like to eat late at night like I do, because my schedule's crazy, that really helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing I wanted to mention quick was like, I found with a lot of the other stuff that I take in the past, like it's full of like a lot of bad stuff that upset my stomach. Some of it. It's really hard to digest. So with these ones, they're like actually there's nothing in them that's like harmful. There's no dyes, no chemicals, no synthetics. You don't need a master's in food science to figure out like what's inside of them. So that for me was an easy yes. Like you can't say no because you can literally understand everything that's in there. So that's what I really appreciated about them.
It's true, and you can read the ingredients, and yeah, it's all right there. This one, I want to talk about this one for just because last night I seem to have had a lot of interest in this one. This is for blood sugar balancing. So whether you're a little bit insulin resistant, hypoglycemic, anything, or even if you're full blown diabetic, this actually will help balance your blood sugar. I am insulin resistant. And if I'm not careful, we know where that leads. So I do have to be careful with my sugar. I love my sweets. This helps. It's that simple. I do want to mention this one because I had a lot of interest in this one as well. I don't talk about this one nearly as much. So if you have heart issues, this will help. It will help with your circulation, the blood circulation. So I've always had kind of slowish. Even when I'm super active, it's still kind of sluggish. I don't know. It's just genetic with me, my mom. It's always been like that. So I just take one of these and I'm good. It helps. Like if I sit a lot, which I do because I'm at the computer a lot, and if there's a long summit, like sometimes I'll host my own, I'll have to complete that and go and speak on someone else's. Like it just happens that way, and so ends up being a lot of sitting for not, it's hard. So this helps. I don't have high blood pressure. So but apparently it works really, really well on high blood pressure or low blood pressure. I guess it helps. I do also want to mention this one because 'tis the season for allergies. So I got back from Greece. It was nice and warm there. It hasn't been cold here. Usually I would have allergies already in September, and I didn't have any this year at all. And I don't have tremendous ones, but I have been sneezing a little bit. And I know that when my eyes get itchy, I know it's just allergies. It's not even a cold or anything. So this is my cure for that. If it gets really bad, I don't know where I have an air. I don't know if you have an air to show. I can't seem to find one.
Yeah.
But I have one for the lungs. So this will take care of your upper respiratory, your bronchioles, your sinuses. If there's a sore throat in place, this is for colds and for allergies. It's called ALT, A-L-T. And then we have air, which is specifically for lungs. There it is. It specifically works on lungs and it helps to clean them out. And I have seen some amazing results with that. People that were taking using like one of those portable oxygen tanks because they had a hard time recovering. Maybe they have an autoimmune disease and they have a hard time recovering from an pneumonia or a cold or anything. And I've given them this and it's worked. So I would much rather have you do this for a while. And it takes a little while to clean up the lungs. Like for me, the first year, I just replaced what I was using, which was over the counter, and I won't say the name of the product, but it was a liquid and it did help. It took down a lot of inflammation, but I wasn't happy about taking something with medicinals, like with things in there that I didn't recognize. How's that? And so I just basically replaced it with this and took this 3 times a day for 3 months. And then the following year, I only used about half. And this year, I hardly used them at all. So it just, as you clean up your microbiome and that we're back to that MLS and, boosting your immune system. If your immune system is low, you're going to have allergies. People don't think like that, but that's actually what happens. So you do have to boost your immune system. It's just the way it is. And then beauty. Do you use this one? Amanda? Yeah. So I find that the grow that we were speaking of earlier makes your hair grow. This will make it silky because in menopause, what happens is your hair goes dry. And I had really, really bad dry spots right in here. But this helped it did something to it. And I know it was this. And also this has collagen in it. So it's great for your skin and your tendons and ligaments and all kinds of wonderful things.
I also noticed too with that GRW, like just taking the products in general, I get sick differently if I get sick at all. Like I do not get, like most people, they get the watery eyes, the sneezing, the coughing, the congestion, the nasal congestion, they're sore, fatigued. Now when I get a cold, like it's literally just a headache with a little bit of sneezing for a day or two, and
Right.
I'm good. Everybody else in my house who doesn't take the drops regularly, like they get sick. I don't get that anymore.
Yeah.
And I really, really love that because honestly, the nasal stuffiness with the cold, that's probably the worst part of it for me. So I love the GRW for that. That's my favorite one.
Yeah. And it's helpful because the recovery is faster and quicker, even if we catch something. I mean, we're going to be out in, like yesterday, I had at one point, my table at this trade show was jam slammed, as it usually is, because I have this beautiful box of, people don't know what it is. They think it's candy. They think it's crystals. Someone told me they thought it was crystals. And I'm like, they do look very pretty. And this is nice and compact. And people love trying stuff. And it's beautiful, but there's like 10 of them in my face breathing all over me. So if they have something, I'm probably going to catch it. And I'm probably going to come home and maybe feel some small part of it, but it's going to go away real fast because I'll know what to take. As soon as I feel a scratchy throat, I already know. And actually, that was the product. ALT was the product that got me hooked because I had so many allergies and I was so susceptible to sinus infections. Oh my gosh, bronchitis and sinus. Those are my 2 big reasons for having antibiotics, which then, of course, give you a bladder infection because now there's so much candida. Anyway, we won't get into all of that. Nobody needs to hear all of that. Now, I haven't been on actually, I've not been on the antibiotics since I've taken this product. So it's coming up to 3 years, not even 3 full years.
I haven't needed any blood transfusions for iron or anything. And I like it because if I have a busy day and I can't eat a ton of food and I'm just kind of snacking, throughout the day, I know that I'm still getting everything I need because I know that these products are full of stuff like that's going to make me feel good. So that's really important for me because I don't have a lot of time and I'm not a person that remembers to take vitamins, but then if I know I have candy in my bag, it's easy enough to take. And that's the big thing for me is it's the convenience because I can't stand having 20 pill bottles everywhere. It's so much clutter.
It is clutter, but not just the clutter, but the fact that your liver doesn't get affected. I mean, we could talk about all the wonderful side effects there are if you read any label of any kind of medication. It's crazy. We don't have that. So
No.
I would prefer the natural way. Even last night, everyone's like, well, can you take more than one at the same time? And I said, sure. Can you have a banana and an apple and a pear at the same time? Absolutely. You can have one after the other. With these, they're little, so you can put all three of them into your mouth. I do it all the time. And people are like, wow, they taste so good. Like, this got to be easy for kids to take. And yep, kids take it. And you know what? My dog takes it.
Mm-hmm.
Not just my dog, but almost all of us have some sort of pet. Some of us have cats, some of us have dogs, but we have given it to all of our animals. Amanda, I'm going to ask you to just chat for a bit. I just want to make sure the next speaker has the
Yeah.
link. He doesn't have.
Oh, there is. Oh, I want to talk about the pendant for a second.
Oh, yes.
So this is one of actually my favorite products with APL Go, and this is made with volcanic ash, and it actually intensifies the effects of the drops, and it has the negative charge ions in it. All of the products have the negative charged ions. And so if you don't know what a negative charged ion is, when you go out into nature and you are touching plants and soil and you're taking in nature, you're getting in negative charged ions. When you touch like material like a book or a pen or something, that's a positive charge ion. So your body actually needs the negative charge ions. So I noticed that just since I started doing the drops with the pendant, they work so much faster and like definitely more effective for me. I've noticed a big change.
What's your favorite negative ion spot in Canada? Niagara Falls?
Um, yeah, I would say I like Niagara Falls, but honestly, I've seen a couple different waterfalls. There's quite a few of them. There was one in Hamilton I went to, and it was so beautiful there.
Yes.
So
Niagara Falls is our favorite because it's big. And how many people like to just go to Niagara Falls and just stand there? You just stand there and do nothing. And you just take in the energy. And you don't know why. You feel good. You just feel good. But you don't understand that is like a tremendous amount of negative ions. Tremendous amount.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's so good for you, especially people who have seasonal depression, who don't get out in the sun enough. Maybe you work indoors, you're not getting outside enough. Like, those are really good products if you're not one person that just can't get outside a lot.
Yeah. And so we're going to be joined by Satish any minute now. Tammy has joined us, so I want to give her a minute to say what she has. Tam, where'd you go now? She was here, and then she went away. Tammy, are you coming back to join us? Okay, so we'll let Tammy talk if she comes in. Satish should be here any minute. Let me see if there's any issues getting in. I think he should be okay getting in. And I did want to hear from everyone. But yeah, Niagara Falls is one of those places where we just like to feel the negative ions. Tammy, did you want to share something with us real quick before Satish gets in? Because we only have actually no minutes left, but he's not here yet. So go ahead.
Hi, for some reason I can't see the screen. Technology, and yeah, I'm not techie.
It's okay. Go ahead, honey.
At least you can hear me. Yeah, no, I'm so happy that you're doing this aging backwards, and I like it because it's about just having grace with it. Because there's so much different things about people, with how they feel. They're so used to how they feel, and for myself personally, like working, being a mom of three, and just being so busy with this, marketing, sales stuff, and then helping out the brokers and things like that. I never even knew, like what I was really doing to myself. And I'm so thankful that you introduced me to APL Go, because I find that I am aging gracefully. And I have like my favorite products with APL Go, but more than that, I just love your leadership, how you share, because you actually really care. And that's a big deal for me. And you probably know that already. It's funny how we're thinking everything's okay, but then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I'm taking these supplements and I don't feel that stiffness anymore, And
Yeah.
so like my husband and my kids, like, I mean, I can't keep this one around enough long. Like even my husband the other day said he had a Charlie horse. I'm like, okay, you haven't had this for a few days, take it. And like he said, within 10 minutes, he felt different, you know? So, I mean, I'm always saying to people, like, for me, myself personally, and as I'm sharing everyone, sometimes people talk about money, but how much are you worth? What's your health worth? And I think every single person can at least, try it, for the month or two or whatever it is, and just see, because the supplements that we've been taking before were just a bunch of chalk. They were chalk, basically. I don't know how to explain it other than that, but I do feel that for myself personally, even my hair, like look at this hair. I always had a full head
Okay.
as a kid, but I definitely think this product Grow Your Daddy has helped out, even though it's big on immunity.
Yeah, not the only one.
Yeah, I think this is the one that has helped my hair grow more, which is kind of weird because I never thought that it wasn't growing. But now it's like I've cut it like a couple of times just from the time of using the products. And I'm excited. I'm just excited to be around you, especially all the trips and the nice incentives that they have. Like makes you want to aspire to get on one of those trips, right, Amanda?
I really want to go. I really need a trip.
Right now, we're just living through you, Marianne, but we're gonna get there.
Yes, we are. Mhm.
Sorry, please talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I just get a choke.
Yeah, but I mean, you probably know this too, Amanda. Like it's a big deal to feel good as we're getting older.
It is. I notice like I'm not quite 40 yet, but my
Right?
body has been changing since having the twins. And that though I have three sons, so
Yeah.
with as you have kids, your body changes a lot.
Yep.
And I thought I was going crazy not too long ago. Like all this stuff was happening with my body, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I've been really grateful that I have these products because, I trust them a lot
Yep.
because I know how I feel when I take them.
Mm-hmm.
But when I don't take them, Marianne knows when I don't take them. Let's just put it there. She's like, are you taking your happy? No, but I'm going to start. So
Right.
I know how I feel when I take them, and I know if other people notice when I'm not taking them, that probably means they're working. So
Right. Right. Yeah. Same thing for me. You know what is my what's become my go-to one? I can feel a little. I don't feel as guilty anymore. Is the NRM. If
Oh
I
yeah.
have like
me
a
too.
heavy laden, calorie induced meal or snack, I feel so good by taking it when I take this. And oh my goodness, I had about, I think 3 or 4 days, I kept forgetting to take the brain. It's supposed to help you out with your memory and all your skills and focus. And boy, did I ever notice a difference. Once I started taking it again, it's like, whoa, now I'm just tunnel vision, getting it done.
So I did.
I like that one.
I did introduce Amanda, and I told them what she did. Do you want to tell us what you do, Tammy?
Oh, forgot. I'm so excited about the products. But yeah, so my name is Tammy, and I help out people with sales and marketing, embracing the cold call, embracing the emails, and getting them a little bit more used to themselves and their own speech as opposed to just AI. There's a big thing going on with AI. I love it. But people can tell the difference when they speak with you and they talk with you that you sent something that was AI generated. So try to get the mechanicalness out of it and put the human element into things with sales and marketing. And then also I help people with learning the different things that's going on with cryptocurrency, because that currency is here. And there's this other thing, connecting people with women, champagne, and real estate with people like you. I recommend people all the time who are realtors, real estate investors, and things like that, to just keep them aware. So that's me in a nutshell. And also, I'm a health advocate. Ever since Marianne introduced me to APL Go, you know what? So many people, we come into space where they're building wealth with real estate, with crypto, but they're not taking care of their health. So isn't it fitting that I now have a product that I love? I'm hearing the results. I'm seeing the results. And now I can share this with people for them to actually now's time. It's really time to try putting back that money that you created your wealth and you're building your nest egg or whatever it is, but you're not doing the same with your health. So that's a big deal for me these days, is talking about health and wealth, because that's the real true wealth.
It is. It's perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. So Tish was finally able to get on, so we're going to let him speak. Thank you, ladies, so much again for sharing your wisdom and your experience. It's important to share. Last night I had such a good time telling people all these great things, and you know, I would send them away and they would, I already feel better and I don't even know why. Excellent. Thank you so much and have a great day.